It's the 17th of January 2020. It's our first vlog of the new decade and we're at Phantasialand. And we're starting the day with a Taron and Rake ERT. I don't think we'll be going on Rake very often though, because it doesn't look like there's many people on this ERT, which means we're going to be riding Taron for an hour pretty much by ourselves. And when I say we, I'm joined by Jimmy.
Morning.
Morning. Not as cold as last year, mate.
Definitely not as cold.
About 5 or 6 degrees warmer than last year at least.
A lot better.
And we've also got Chris with us as well.
Hello.
Looking forward to Taron, mate.
Certainly am. Yeah,
Good
it's going to be good. Looks very quiet at the moment.
Yeah.
So plenty of rides.
Yeah, good stuff.
I think we'll probably get about 15 if we start hammering it.
Is that the aim, is it?
It's the aim. Wow.
Completed the morning ERT on Taron. Me and Chris managed 11 rides and Jimmy got 17. So not quite as many as me and Chris were aiming for, but we did take a break for some filming. Now the reason I'm doing this before Chris and Jimmy are with me is because I wanted to point out to this place that Jimmy is stood at over there. They do really nice hot chocolate, but they also do like these strange sort of wraps and other stuff with Nutella, and it's really nice, but I've not tried too many of them, but they do all sorts of nice little stuff. But you can get hot chocolate, and when it's so cold, it's well worth it. But moving around again, there's a place there which is an indoor restaurant which does traditional German food, I believe. I've never been, but Peter Anderson, who we saw yesterday, told us that they do traditional food there. Traditional German food. I'm moving around to this place here, which is currently closed and boarded up. They do like strange pizza wraps with like bacon and herbs and olives and all sorts of weird stuff on them, but again, really nice. But yeah, just thought while it's quiet around this area, well, I mentioned the catering options, but here we have the Chris and Jimmy. They have returned with
Coffees,
much needed coffees, tea, hot chocolate, all sorts of things. Go to you, Chris.
Okay.
11 rides. We've got some pictures too, but how was that hour?
Incredible. That was amazing. It was really good actually. It wasn't very busy at all. Managed to stay on the train the whole time. Through both of the set we did like 5 and then 6 or 7 after that, after a break. But really good, running really well. Not as fast as it will be this afternoon, but amazing. Yeah, can't fault that.
Excellent.
Absolutely breathtaking.
Right, we will have our hot drinks and we'll see you shortly. Also, during the morning ART, we took a ride on Rake as well. And, well, it's alright, isn't it, Chris, really? It's a decent little family boomerang coaster.
No, I think it's really good, actually, yeah. Family coaster, got a little punch to it.
Yeah.
But all in all, fits in well with the area. That's the one thing I like about it most. Interlocks with Taron. If you're lucky, you can kind of get it dueling together as well, as you're coming backwards, back down. But all in all, no, it's great. It fits the area and decent coaster.
Definitely. Now, how do you say the name right? Have I said it right? Is it Rake or
Rake?
Right.
I think it's Rake.
Yeah, we'll ask Lucas if we find him.
Yeah, he's better than the pronunciation than I am.
Yes, definitely better than me as well.
I'm sure it's Rake.
Yeah, and I didn't ask you earlier, Taron, just how good is it? How much do you rate that coaster?
God, it's incredible. It's definitely in the top 10. Where I can put it, I don't know. There's an argument for me, obviously a big argument between everyone in the community is between Helix and Taron. For me, I'm a Taron fanboy, so it does beat Helix, but Helix is still a very good coaster.
Yeah.
I love elements on Helix that I think are better than Taron, i.e. the airtime and stuff. But all in all, for Taron, it's like the whole thing here, the whole package. Just coming to this area, it blows me away every time. It's like third time here now, and I'm still amazed by it. But no, Taron is definitely in the top 10. I don't know where it is. So many coasters out there I like, but yeah, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And also, just a shout out the staff on there as well.
Yeah,
incredible. No questions about like if we had to get our seats or anything. Just kept on sending it.
Yeah.
So yeah, spot on.
It's good, isn't it? You could just stay in your seats on it. That's how ERT should be, not.
At one point, me and you were going to give up the front row for somebody else. Started to get out of it. No one else decided to move seats, so we just got back in it.
Just got back in, and no one questioned it.
So, yeah, no, from Phantasialand, actually, the whole thing, they're brilliant. They know how to run, especially in ERT and the whole park, obviously. But I love this. Really recommend it to anyone that hasn't been.
I've had mixed opinions on Taron over the years, to be honest with you. First time I came here, thought it was fantastic. We're saying probably one of the best rides in the world. Last year when I came in January, it was -7 and probably the most uncomfortable roller coaster experience I have ever had because it was just so cold and I just didn't enjoy the ride. So I was going, okay, maybe I've overhyped it, it's not as good as I thought. Come here today and I'm really enjoying it again. Questioning where exactly I rank it. It's definitely in my top 10. It was in my recent top 10 video, somewhere towards the bottom of the top 10. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad coaster, and it's just brilliant. The only criticism I have got is I don't like the seats, and it's something that Mike's mentioned before as well when he's been here. It's they've not really got any sort of shoulder rest. You know, when you've got the amazing airtime on it, but when you sort of land back in your seat, there's nowhere for you to sort of land softly. So you kind of have nowhere for the top of your shoulders, or the back of your shoulders, I should say. So it's kind of difficult for that reason. I think that's why I rate Helix just slightly above it, because I find that with the ejector airtime that has, I find that's a little bit more bearable when it throws you back into your seat. But I am not complaining about airtime. Airtime is the best thing about any roller coaster, and Taron has got it in, well, it's got it in bundles. It's just amazing. And this park, the detail that they put into this area, I've never really had a chance to talk about this on camera, but just the detail that they've put into this area is just incredible. And with the park being a lot quieter than I've ever seen it before, I can really appreciate that detail without having to rush around and try and get everything done. The next ride that we've been on, because it simply had no queue, so we just thought let's just get on it, was Mystery Castle. Now, a spoiler alert, if you've never been to Phantasialand, this is an insane indoor drop tower which has a number of different settings. Couldn't tell you how tall it actually is, but well, when you drop in from the top it feels very, very tall. But you just don't know what cycle you're going to get, so I'm going to go to Chris and Jimmy because, well, we weren't too scared except for when you went in the building.
Yeah.
I wish we'd got on that camera. Live actor.
I wasn't expecting that, yeah. So it went, as we walked in, there was what I thought was a statue stood there. And I actually said to Jimmy, I said, oh, that'd be really cool if that was a live actor. And then it just jumped out at me. And I absolutely bricked it. That was a marked moment. I nearly fell over. But yeah, no, that was a shock. I wasn't expecting that. And just how I said it and then it happened, yeah. And
what a ride, though.
Me. But no, what a ride. It's brilliant, yeah. That cycle there, we got shot right to the top, hung at the top and dropped slightly shorter cycle than what I've had in the past. So I think that is the shortest cycle it runs, but it is still very good.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at the top and the lights, well, the kind of dully lit lights come on, and you can just about see down to the bottom. You realise how high you are.
Yeah.
It is really high. Quite a lot of power to it as well.
Definitely. I think it's an Intamin.
Yeah.
But what I really like about it as well is when you're boarding Mystery Castle, you can't see just how high it is when you're inside because it's all dimly lit. Now, the seating area where you're getting into isn't dimly lit, but then you look up and you're like, oh, I can't really see what's going to happen. So if you've never been on it before, like I say, spoiler alerts for this ride, it's just incredible. And even if you're scared of drop towers outdoors, give this one a go, because at least you can't see how high you are, but you certainly know it when you drop. Well, on to the next ride. Next up is a ride on Colorado Adventure, which is a Vekoma old school mine train. I'm not sure how long it's been here at Phantasialand, but my memory of this ride is it's a little bit rough. But we're going to go on it now, get some off-ride shots, and then we'll do a little review of it. We've just taken our rides on Colorado Adventure, and not Colorado Express, like I want to keep calling it.
As you've called it all day.
I've called it all day. No one told me I was getting it wrong, except the signage.
True.
So how was it?
It's all right. It is what it is. It's not amazing. It's a bit rough in places. It's enjoyable. It's a good family coaster. I can imagine it's a really good coaster if it's one of your first, or you don't really like rides. But for me, no, it doesn't really do much for me.
No.
I'm not too keen on like all the separate lift hills either.
No.
I just find it a little bit dull. That's just my opinion, though. There's good parts of it. I do like how it interacts with Chiapas.
Yeah.
Like the theming, it's really nice, and the train itself looks good. But even though it looks very similar to
it's a bit Disney-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, another well-known coaster. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea, that's all.
No, I think for this park it works where it is, because I don't think you get much else in there. But
No, and they've fitted it in well and they've themed it around everything well. So what the park have done, they've actually done a really good job. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of these.
I have to agree with Chris there, to be honest. I find it a bit rough, to be honest. It's just not very good. I just don't like it. It fits in the space really well. It's well themed. Looks a bit like Big Thunder Mountain, but it's a bit crap. So, on to the next ride. Rookburgh, or Rookburgh, not exactly sure how you say it, is going to be the brand new area opening here, Phantasialand, at some point in the future. It's believed it'll be sometime in 2020, but nobody really knows for sure exactly when this area is going to open. Now, of course, in this area there is also going to be, as well as this fantastic theming and a hotel, a new roller coaster for this park, which will be a launched flying coaster, or a flying launch coaster. There's not a lot of information out there about it at the minute, but what we can say is the theming and the general presentation of the area from outside of the area looks absolutely fantastic. Before we move away from Rookburgh, I think that's what it's called, Chris has got some clues on this sign.
What we know, just stood here reading it, and there's a few. I think the clues are maybe totally miles off here, but it does say sleep in exceptional tube room, sleep like an aeronaut, and then plane down there. Now my theory is the room going to be themed to some kind of capsule, some aircraft capsule? That's the sleeping in a tube with the aeronaut. Maybe I'm miles away, but I don't know. I think I'm right.
You think you're right?
What do you think?
I think you might be onto something.
No.
I'll be honest, I don't know much about this area. I've just been keeping an eye out for any updates about the coaster.
That's it.
I didn't even know they were building a hotel, I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
I remember getting a press release now about 18 months ago,
It's been
but
so long, hasn't it?
it has been a long time.
So seeing all this now is like brings it all back, and like you now know what it's going to look like, obviously with like that. But with the hotel, maybe that's a clue to it. Obviously, there's nothing known about the coaster,
No.
which is all going to be good for when it opens. Just really excited.
Are we
to see
coming
this.
back for it?
We are coming back.
Yeah,
for it.
we are coming back for it.
Yeah.
We're going to stay in this. Well, are you
think-
going to stay in this pricey hotel?
Me?
You've stayed in
I'll have to ask Gemma.
Matamba. You'll have to ask Gemma. Just wanted to mention this ride. It's the Hollywood Boat Tour, I think it's called, and it's all technology, but it's actually quite a lot of fun, isn't it, Chris? It's just bit of a take you through some old film scenes and a bit of old technology as a dark ride, but it's fun, and we wanted to mention it, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, it must be, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's original to the park, one of the first rides they probably had. And it's still good, yeah, it's not bad. There's a lot of these old ones still around, and this is a good example of how they can be done.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it, yeah, it's not bad. It's a nice little break from doing everything else as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can't fault it.
Good stuff. So yeah, it's located by where Temple of the Nighthawk was. It's now called Crazy Bats VR. So it's kind of tucked away out of nowhere. It's near, is it Winter's Force and Fear? It's not too far from that. One negative from me before we get to Winter's Force and Fear is what they've done to Temple of the Nighthawk. It's now called Crazy Bats VR, even if I'm going around the sign in reverse, and it just doesn't fit in. It just doesn't look right for this park. I mean, this park is so well themed throughout, and it's well styled everywhere, but I just don't like this. I mean, I'm not a fan of VR on coasters anyway, and I did think that boat had sailed, to be honest, but here it is again, and it's very un-Phantasialand-like, to be honest, and I think it's temporary. I do think it's temporary. And me and Chris have just been saying, walking around, once Fly's done and Rookburgh's open, this is the next area for redevelopment, surely.
It is, yeah, and I know you just said that, but I think this is just an extra life kind of thing, because it wasn't a bad coaster. It was really long as well. It was something to do, but having VR in it now, it doesn't interest me. No. But I just think this is an extra life. It is, let's keep it going now for a few more years. Add something new to it to make it a bit more interesting and what have you, because it was just pitch black before. So I see the route they've gone down, but as you just mentioned, the frozen Crazy Bat thing in this area,
it just doesn't work.
It doesn't fit, and especially like you say, when Rookburgh opens, I mean, this is just going to look even more out of place.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, agreed. I think it's temporary. I think eventually it will just go and the whole thing will be removed. Then what they do there, it's a huge footprint. Just having a look around the outside before. It's a really big footprint, and maybe that will be an extension, maybe not of Rookburgh, but of just the development of this back side of the park.
Definitely. 45-minute queue as well, so we're going to pass.
Yeah. But what Phantasialand have done is made that queue, and I can understand the theory behind it, because it's now put 45 minutes worth of people in here instead of stood down at Taron, or
exactly.
Mamba. So I can understand it from a park's point of view. It just doesn't suit me.
Appeal to us, does it?
No.
And it just looks a bit naff, to be honest. But like Chris is saying, can't see it lasting too long, 2-3 years, and then maybe this whole area gets flattened and they say, right, we're working on a new area, it'll be ready for, say, 2026, 2027, something like that. But yeah, I guess that's just us speculating, so I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go and do those spinners.
Let's go.
We've made our way back outside after doing Winter's Force. We didn't quite get round to doing Fear as well. Bit busy, wasn't it, really, Chris? Didn't get a chance to do both.
I mean, now this rain started, I think everyone's dived inside.
Yeah.
Hence why they've got a little bit busy. But yeah, we managed to do one of them out of the two.
It's good though.
Yeah, enjoy it. I really don't. Sorry, start again. A lot of people don't really like them rides, but I'm quite a big fan of them actually.
Yeah.
They're fun. I like them in there. They've got different elements as well, with like the track on the sideways and obviously the tail and all the different elements. No, I really do like them.
It's just different, isn't it?
Yeah, they're different. Break the day up again. And they're good because they're indoors, so when it does rain like this, you can just pounce inside, keep dry for a little bit. And now it's stopped raining, or starting to stop. Obviously, we can move on to probably Black Mamba shortly as well.
Definitely. So we're going to pan over to this fantastic water ride, which is of course Chiapas. Now, because of the rainy weather and it's a little bit unpredictable if it will start raining again, we're not going to go on Chiapas today. However, we did go on it yesterday, so we're going to cut to a POV of Chiapas now, and then we'll see you over at Black Mamba. I can guarantee I'm going to get cramped because I literally can't move my leg. Yeah. It's not a good idea. Here we go on Chiapas in January. I feel like I've weed myself because the seat's soaked. Ooh, that's cold. To get off at this point. This water's going to be really cold, isn't it? Ah!
Oh my god!
That is so cold.
I am soaked.
Really?
I am absolutely soaked.
Ah! Ah! I am absolutely freezing. It'll be worth it for the disco. Spare a thought, I haven't got the coat on like you. Here we go, disco time. Wait, what? Ah! Oh, that was a light sprinkling, but a cold one. Wave over the side. Oh, shite. Oh, leak. There's a leak. Oh dear, I'm guessing this is the last drop. Oh no. Okay, not quite the last drop. Oh dear. Oh boy, here we go. Psycho drop. Oh, that's cold. Oh, oh, that's cold. I only got a gentle sprinkling, but that was cold.
My trouser turned see-through.
We've just taken our one and only ride of the day on Black Mamba. We might do it again later, but it is on one train, so has got a bit of a queue at the minute. Luckily, we did have fast passes thanks to Thrill Seekers on Twitter. for leaving us some fast passes behind. They've not been able to use all of theirs, so they've said, hey PBE, do you want some fast passes? So big thanks for that, which has meant that we've not had to wait ages to get on Black Mamba, which is ace. Black Mamba is a quality B&M invert roller coaster. It's nice and smooth, does everything you want a B&M invert to do. It's got great inversions. You don't really know where you're going on it because it's so compact into where it is and it's so well hidden within the theming. You just don't know where you're going. It's such a great B&M invert coaster. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I do. Like you just said, actually, well themed. It's a great invert. Not my favourite, but it's a good invert. I like it. It's very pacey as well.
Yeah.
Straight out of that first drop, and like you said, it's quite disorientated just with the pace of it, and the elements, theming. But it's good. No, I like it. Shame it's on one train. I'm guessing the other one's being stripped down or whatever for winter. But they're still shifting a queue in there anyway. Yeah. So operations yet again, fantastic. Here it comes now. And I like this where you can actually come and stand under it with this bridge that used to link Mamba into the park, and it's just nice you can come and stand it.
You alright there?
Yeah.
We've come to the end of our day, or days, at Phantasialand. We'll start with Jimmy, man of few words. So in your own words, how's your day been today?
Really good. It's probably the best I've had at Phantasialand, to be honest.
Yeah.
One, the weather's better. Two, it's quieter.
Yeah.
And thanks to the team for having us, and it's been really good.
Taron, your highlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Just enjoyed the park generally.
Yeah.
Every time I've been, so busy, but not appreciating it.
Excellent. Good stuff. Let's go to Chris. Prepare to be blinded.
I know. Again.
So we'll start with Taron.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yesterday, this morning, ERT this morning was amazing. But it's just that kind of ride that at night time, it's a different beast. The rides we've had it on last night and tonight, just incredible. It's so fast. The lighting, everything. It just blows me away every single time.
Yeah.
Amazing coaster.
We only got 12 rides, but I say only.
Yeah.
That's more than I did last time I did here for 2 days.
Yeah, I mean 12's still a lot. Obviously it's got a bit cold now and that legs are starting to hurt. It's got a bit of a queue as well, so
yeah.
That's it, I'm done now. But
over 2 days we must have 20 rides on it.
Oh, easily, yeah, easily. I don't know how many we did last night. That must have been 6 or 7 easily.
Yeah.
So with the 11 this morning, the one we just had now, yeah. I mean we're getting there anyway.
Phantasialand overall, what's your thoughts?
Amazing. Pick up with what Jimmy said then. This is the first time over the 3 years I've really been able to appreciate a lot of the park. Most times you're here, you're like running around, looking at different things, but only quickly snapshots. But this year we've really been able to look at things in detail. There's like so many intricate bits that make this park beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
My favourite park has always been Islands of Adventure, but on this trip I honestly believe this is one of my favourite looking parks in the way it's designed, probably in the world. I think it's an incredible place. Really do. But a big highlight, I want to mention it, Mouse and Chocolate again. I love that ride, and so the UK needs to get one.
Yeah.
The UK is so far behind on dart rides. It's years and years and years behind on dart rides, and they really need to invest in something like that. Any of the parks in the UK, and they can make it work. Fantastic ride. But all in all, brilliant trip. Big thanks to Glenn as well. He really looked after his hospitality yesterday, was amazing. Appreciate that a lot.
Brilliant, and we'll be back in the summer sometime for Fly.
We'll definitely be back in the summer for Fly. And even look at staying at the hotel. We'll look at that later on, but it would be nice to be able to stay at the hotel, do the new coaster, and experience everything. That's of course assuming it actually opens. Yeah, well... But you never know, do you? But we hope so. No, but pick up on that actually. Not everyone, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people give Phantasialand a bit of stick for how long it takes to build stuff. But if you just look at the whole of Blockheim and Taron, if it takes another 6 months to make it as good as what this is, I'll wait. I'll wait another 12 months if it's as good as what this is. Because this is special, this area, and I imagine Rookburgh will be just as special.
Yeah, it's a difficult one really, because I'm picking up from what Chris and Jimmy have said. I didn't know where to rate this park. It came in October 2018 for the event. Quite a stressful day as an event organiser for me, that one. And then you've got, we came in January 2019, it's -7. You can't enjoy the park when it's that cold. It's just not fun at all. And I said I'd never come at this time again in the year. So saw the flights as cheap as they were, went right, I'm going, it's got to be done. Was dreading it being cold again. We've got here, it's been 10 degrees, it's been quiet, and I've appreciated this park more than I've ever been able to do so before. I can see all the detailing, I see the styling, I see why they take so long to open rides, I see why they put so much into theming. And I'm not a theming person, but this park, if you like your theming, this park is for you. No matter what you think about rides, if you like theming, this park is absolutely for you. It's just incredible compared to anything else you've seen. And I found it easier to find my way around this park this time as well, which I think is helped by the fact that we've not been going at 300 miles per hour trying to keep warm and go, this has got a 2-hour queue, we have to get in the queue and do it now so we can get everything else done. It's just been so chilled, and I think that's helped a lot. So let's go on to Taron. I flip-flopped with Taron on my opinion so much. October 2018, I stood here and said to Mike, it's the best coaster in the world. January 2019, I went, no, it's actually not that good at all. But I think the weather impacted on that so much. Today, it's been really good in helping me judge it where it is. And I made a strange observation while we had the ERT on it this morning, that you could actually call it a Batman ride because it's like Gotham City. If you're a Batman fan, you'll know what I mean with the way it's set out, the rock work, it looks like Gotham City. And I think that Six Flags missed the trick not building a ride like this for one of their DC-themed areas, but who cares about them when you're in a great place like this? I've really enjoyed this park so much today. And yeah, Taron, definitely in my top 10. Totally deserves to be in my top 10. I appreciate that coaster more than I ever have done before. I've still got an issue with the seats. I don't find them comfortable at all. And I think that's why I don't have it above Helix and I don't have it above Maverick. But it's up there with them. I think it might leapfrog a couple of things in my top 10, but it won't be near the top. It'll still be mid-range, but yeah, I'm coming back to do that again at some point this year. Top tip for this park, do not come on a weekend, come in the midweek if you can. Come when it's quiet, then you don't have to stand in queues. Come when it's quiet and you can get on loads of rides over and over and over again. We'll be back for Fly. We don't know when it's opening. We hope it'll be summer. It might be next year. I hope not. I hope it's this year, but we'll be back either way, certain of that. I want to mention somebody as well. I want to mention Zach, who was a big part of the Sloppy Vlogs channel. Unfortunately passed away a couple of days ago. He was a great guy. Always had so much respect for everyone in the community, spoke well of everyone in the community, always spoke well of me, of Becca, of Mike, and always asked me how Charlie was doing. So I was really sad to hear that he passed away recently. So I just wanted to mention him as a little tribute because he was a great guy, and I just want to say that my thoughts are with him, all his friends, his family. I'm just really sad about that happening, and I just hope that all his friends and family are at peace, that he's no longer suffering with whatever caused him to pass. But yeah, just a little tribute to Zach. Thanks for being such a great person. I do hope you're at peace now, mate. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Pleasure Meets Experience video.